Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing great today. It is Saturday, is that right? I don't even know what day it is anymore. It's VBX Prep Saturday, and we are almost ready. We're almost ready. You're probably going to hear some noises behind us. We have a crew in there finishing up in the sanctuary. I think somebody's vacuuming right now. So you may hear some loud noises as we're on here. We wanted to get on one more time before VBX kicks off and make sure everybody understands everything that's going on. Make sure that we get a chance to answer any questions that you guys have. One of my frustrations, I'll just be perfectly transparent and honest with you from a leadership standpoint, is this will be the third one of these that we've done this week, and we're still getting a lot of the same questions, which means, you know, for lack of a better way of putting this, very few people are watching these. Okay. So if you have questions, you need to watch this with us. And if you know of other people who may benefit from hearing about how this works and where you go and when you go and all those kind of things, just very basic questions, now would be the time to plug in, right? It's Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. I doubt very many people are doing a whole lot of things, and please don't misunderstand me. Nobody's upset or frustrated or anything. We just want you to understand and know so that you're not frustrated when you come here tomorrow. Because if you come here tomorrow, even if you come to church tomorrow morning and you're not really aware of what's going on, you're probably going to experience some frustrations. I can tell you that. If you come here tomorrow evening and you don't know what's going on, you're going to experience a lot of frustrations. Okay, so again, if you know people who are sending their kids to VBX Vacation Bible Experience this week, beginning tomorrow morning or tomorrow night, and they have not heard from us, I've had a lot of people reach out and say I haven't received an email or a text, and we think we've corrected a lot of that, but that's just one example. Like, share this link with them right now. Like, say, hey, these guys are on, and they're going to talk about how all this works, and they're going to answer any questions. We'll stay on as long as we need to tonight. But we're trying our best to get out in front of any of these issues, any of these questions, any frustrations that you guys may have, because we're all frustrated at this point, right? I mean, it's, we've been working now for a week and a half, and it's been the same, feels like it's been the same group of people, maybe 20, 30 people over here all week. And we're, we've been working hard, and we want you guys to make sure that, again, you just understand what's going on. So I see there's 18, 19 people on right now. We got over 900 kids and youth, over 400 servant leaders. So there should be a lot more, is what I'm saying. If we're going to do this and do this right, we need to take a moment and just make sure that you're putting into it a little bit, because we're going to do the vast majority of the work, but we want you guys, again, just to be on the same page with us. So it looks like we're up and we're going on everything. So we're just going to walk you through some things. This is not going to be the same thing that we've done the last two times. Some of it will be, but we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the more frequently asked questions to begin with. And then we'll go over some procedural type things and make sure everybody, again, understands that. So like this video or interact with this video in some way, like, care, heart. If you're mad at me now, put a mad face, right? Share this video out. Do something with this video. Comment, let us know who you are, where you're watching from. Hey, we're excited about VBX, or hey, you guys have lost your minds. Whatever. It's really not going to bother us. But if you interact with this video, it helps to get all those algorithms, however Facebook and YouTube and Twitter work, and it makes our video show up in more places, basically. So again, we want to, I mean, these numbers, I got 24 now. This should be like 400 here before long, at least. So we want to make sure, again, that we are communicating with you, and we give you an opportunity to communicate with us. Now's the time to ask questions. Now's the time to give us comments. Now's the time for all the things, because again, I'm going to be just as transparent as I could possibly be. You may not even get to see one of us tomorrow until later on tomorrow. Okay. So now's the time for questions. Now's the time for comments. Now is the time for anything left over as we talk and as we go through this that you guys need to know. And that's why we're doing this. We really need to be in there working right now. But I said, hey, let's do this one more time and see if we can answer some of these questions that keep popping up. So with that being said, I want to tell you what's in the description of the video. Okay, we got a lot of links in the description of this video. The description on Facebook appears above the video. I think it's kind of in a weird place on YouTube. I think you have to unfold something or hit an expand button or something like that. But we've given you several links that you can look at to make sure that you're up to speed with what's going on. First of all, we have the registration link. Okay, registration for kids and youth is open all week long. It will not close. We will leave it open through Thursday night. Right now, we have 960, I think, kids and youth signed up. Okay, we're looking for 1,000. We would love to have 1,000 by this time tomorrow, or even by the end of the night tonight. So again, if you've not invited your friends and neighbors and your kids' friends and your nephews and nieces and relatives, everybody, we're trying to get everybody out here. It's not about us. We just want to make sure that we can share the gospel with as many people as possible. So that was kind of our goal. We didn't really publicize that a lot, but we're really, really close to it. So we have 960 something, I think. I'll tell you the exact numbers right now because some of you want to know. 964 kids and youth, 423 servant leaders. With that being said, the servant leader link is now deactivated because in order to be a servant leader, in order to serve with us, we needed to run a background check on you. We can't make that happen. With that being said, if you're one of our Nicholson people, you've had a background check run. If you have all of a sudden decided you can serve with us for some reason or something like that, you can reach out and we can probably work you in. Okay. So the first link you're going to see is registration link. Again, share that link. Promote that link. Let's make sure we get as many people signed up as we possibly can. The next couple of links you're going to see are specifically for kids and youth and servant leaders. I believe the first one is the kids and youth shirt link. That has not been updated for a couple of days now just because we have been doing other things. But if you want to know what team your kids are on, if you want to know what color shirt they're getting, if you haven't come by the church and gotten those, which we highly recommend you do, even right now, guys, if you're sitting at home and you're getting settled down, but you have not, Matt, you all right, buddy?
I'm chugging on water.
Okay.
Sorry.
You have not gotten your kids' shirts. Now would be a great time to do that. Tomorrow morning at 9:30 is our first session. Not tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening is session 2. Tomorrow morning at 9:30 is session 1. And if your kids don't have their shirts, they're not going to be left out, but they're going to be feeling kind of left out because there's going to be a lot of kids that do. You can, of course, get them in the morning, but the morning is going to be crazy. We're going to talk about what tomorrow is going to look like here in just a moment. So that we're here and the shirts are outside. They're set up and we'll be here till 9-10 o'clock tonight, I'm sure. So if you want to run over and get your shirts, run over and get your shirts. Servant leaders, there's a master schedule link there for you if you want to see where you're serving. I just sent out a huge email and text blast from our church management system, which is called Breeze. It has our leadership schedule on there, and it has a way for you to RSVP. You click on that text, click on that email that just got sent out, and you can RSVP to the things that you can do, to the things that you cannot do. We've asked you guys all week to look over that servant leader master schedule and let us know if there were mistakes. And so I hope you've done that. But I know just by going through it all day today that there's a lot of you guys who are signed up for a lot of things that you can't possibly do at once. And so you're going to need to go through that and make sure that you show up at the right place. How do you know where the right place is? Well, you can ask us right here, or you can text us or email us or whatever. But like now's the time to be doing that. Okay. Everything starts again tomorrow morning, and then we'll move out to all of our different areas tomorrow evening. But the time is drawing nigh, so to speak. Okay. So there's a servant leader master schedule. There's a kids and youth shirt link there. There's a Spotify playlist. We would love for you to check out the Spotify playlist. Be ready to sing with us tomorrow. I can tell you the songs we're going to do tomorrow morning. I'm going to publicize this right after we get off the video and put a slide out. We're going to be doing Praise, I Thank God. Then we're going to do some songs that are kind of fun. We're going to do Brother Friend, which we've done a lot in the past. We're going to do Your Way's Better by Forrest Frank. We're going to do Good Day by Forrest Frank. Glorious Day. We're going to do Living Hope. Then we're going to close out with Made for More and Christ My Everything. That's a lot of songs. We may or may not get through all of those tomorrow, but that's kind of the plan right now. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow morning. Okay, tomorrow morning is huge because, again, tomorrow morning is when all this truly begins. Okay, and we'll talk specifically about tomorrow morning in just a moment. Donation link is there as well. If you'd like to donate to Nicholson Baptist, donate to VBX specifically, we would absolutely love for you guys to be able to do that. And if you don't, that's no problem whatsoever. We do have hats. I'll go ahead and tell you this. We have green hats. We have blue hats. We have red hats. We have black hats. We only ordered about 60 of those a piece, I think. So those are going to be $15, which is what they cost us. We're not charging you anything extra. We don't make money off of anything we do. If you signed up for VBX, you're getting a free shirt. If you want a hat, though, we're going to ask that you drop $15 somewhere in the giving box or on Breeze or wherever you'd like to do that. So if you want a hat, come ready for that tomorrow. We'll be happy to hook you up with a hat. We'd love for you to have one to match your shirt, or you can have one to kind of contrast with your shirt if you want to. That's up to you. So Susan Crabtree, glad to have you with us. Glad that the Lord made a way for y'all to be in town this week. Thank you, Miss Mundy, Sandy Swistack, Marissa. Thanks for being with us tonight. Brenda Griffin, Jen Webb. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if y'all will share this out and interact with this video, it helps us out a little bit. And so those are the registration links. Those are the information links you're going to find in the description of the video. Make sure you check those out. So tomorrow is the big thing for now that we need to talk about. Tomorrow morning, what time do we start tomorrow morning?
9:30.
We start at 9:30 in the morning tomorrow morning. Okay. A lot of questions today about procedural type things. And that's partly our fault because we really hadn't talked about it a lot. I've gotten into this mode. I don't know about you guys, where I kind of know what's going on, and we've done VBX the same way the last few years. And so some of these questions, I just wasn't thinking that we probably needed to address, but obviously we do. So tomorrow morning, 9:30 is when we start. Okay. Now, if we do the math here, y'all, I'm a math guy sometimes. We have 960 something kids and youth, 400 something servant leaders. That's 1,300, close to 1,400 people who are signed up to serve. That's not everybody in our church, and our sanctuary we think holds probably 800 max, and that's like kids sitting on the floor shoulder to shoulder type thing. Okay, so if there's 1,300 people signed up, and that's not all of our church normal regular attenders, if half you guys show up tomorrow morning at 9:30, we're going to be in a space issue. If all of you show up, I don't even know what we're going to do. All right. But it's going to be fun and it's going to be fantastic. We're going to figure it out. With that being said, if church starts at 9:30 in the morning, I'm saying you need to be here no later than 9 o'clock to get a parking place. Okay. Those of you who've been to Nicholson Baptist, you know, we're hurting for parking around here. There's not a whole lot of parking. Now you can park anywhere tomorrow morning. The parking restrictions that we've been talking about all week do not take place until tomorrow night. So if you're going to get here and get a good parking place and get in and get a good seat, like 8:45 is not even out of the question. I'm trying to help you with that because 9:30 comes, and if even half or a fraction of the people who are signed up show up, we're going to be having to put people in overflow spaces and things like that. And I don't want to have to do that, but we really don't have any other option on this particular Sunday. So make sure you get here early. Make sure you get a parking place. Please be patient with us as the church parking lot will be packed, as the church will be packed. We're going to do our very best to get everybody in, but we will have to do whatever space and whatever the fire marshal will allow us to do tomorrow. Okay. When you get here, if you have kids who are going to participate in VBX, if you have pre-K through 5th grade kids, you're going to send them to kids church, just like always. Okay. We're going to intercept them. We're going to take them to a room. We're going to separate them by grade, and then we're bringing them over to be a part of our service tomorrow. Youth, you can go ahead and come on in and find a place to sit. But ideally, we're going to try to put grade levels together, youth together. We're going to try to represent our green team and our blue team. All of our pre-K kids are red. So we're going to have a lot of fun with the green jungles versus the blue rivers versus the red mountains versus the yellow servant leaders and so on and so forth. So we would love for you guys to get there and kind of pair up with everybody who's on the same team. What's that?
It looked like you're trying to throw us a bone here to interact. Sorry.
No,
I totally missed it.
I just got y'all to look good in the background. That's
okay.
all.
Sorry.
I got a lot to say, and so I'll incorporate these guys where I can. Y'all just hang tight. I'll let y'all have your time just in a minute. But we're going to have fun tomorrow. If this is your first time at Nicholson Baptist tomorrow, you're in for a treat, all right? Because it's going to be probably unlike anything you've ever experienced before, and that's on purpose. That's on purpose. So anyway, you'll send your kids to kids' church as normal. They'll be brought over. They'll be in service the whole time, but they'll be sitting with us. They'll be sitting with our servant leaders and in their teams the whole time. So it is a family service, but it's not. It is a family service in that we're going to bring them over, everybody be together, but we're not going to send your kids with you to sit with you at any point in time. We will dismiss them safely at the end of service. We do have a nursery available tomorrow, right? So we have toddler and is it toddler and? So basically,
are we doing it at the house?
Yeah. So wherever you want to, newborn through 3 years old, right? Is our nursery. Are we going to do that in the fellowship hall or
Either?
Okay. we'll let you guys know where that's going to be. I would probably think the fellowship hall, so that we don't have to have people going in and out of different buildings, which is just in the building right here. You come in and take a right. And so we will have a nursery. We do not want you to have to sit in service necessarily, with crying babies and those kinds of things. They don't bother us, but if you'd like to drop those, your children off in the nursery, that's fine. Everybody else will be brought over and we will all worship together. We're going to have music. We're going to have games. We're going to have fun. It's what we try to do on VBX Kickoff Sunday is let you get a little taste of what VBX is all about. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. Shirts are available now. I think I've already said this. I've already talked about this. It's on my list right here. So please come get your shirts. We got a lot of shirts out front. A lot of people who haven't come by and got them, and that's fine. You can get them tomorrow morning. You can wear them. If you want to get them and wash them before you wear them, come on by the church. Now we're going to be here for another few hours, and we'd love to have you guys come on down and grab those. We need you guys to sign up for text, okay? So we did a little something different this year with our registration process. Just to make it simple, we use a church management system called Breeze, which houses all of our information. It's real simple for us. We can click one time and send an email, send a text, so forth and so on. We chose to use Google Forms to try to register this year because Google Forms is much more robust and it does some things that Breeze does not. And we've had a hard time migrating the two together, migrating the data from one to the other. So if you're not receiving text messages, I had a few emails and correspondence today. Hey, I haven't seen anything. Y'all sent out texts? The answer is yes. We've sent out a bunch of texts this week. If you've not seen a text from us, I need you to do this right now. Like, stop what you're doing, pull your phone out and do this right now. You need to text the word START, S-T-A-R-T, in all capital letters, S-T-A-R-T. You need to text START to the number 87447. All right. START, all capital letters. Text that word to the number 87447. If you do that, Breeze should prompt you to opt in to text messages from Nicholson Baptist Church, or should prompt you to establish an account with Breeze. If you have trouble with that, you need to let us know, because we will for sure be sending texts out all week long. We will for sure be sending emails out all week long. I know we don't talk about weather, but we have to talk about weather because we're wise people. So if a weather event comes up and we decide to alter our plans, we will communicate with you via text and email. If you are not receiving texts and emails from us right now, that's a problem. Okay, so please text us, or email us at staff@nicholsonbaptistchurch.com. Text START, all caps, to 87447. And if you're still not receiving a correspondence by the end of the night, we got to figure something out, because we want to make sure that you guys can come and get your kids and your youth if something does happen that we need you to come and get them. Okay. And so I think that's all of the super urgent stuff. Are there any questions out there, guys, before we get into more nuts and bolts of procedural type things? Any questions or comments out there? We are trying to answer everything. Y'all have anything that's been brought up this week that? No? I guess people don't.
But ask them questions. Ask them.
I guess people don't text you guys.
No, because that's your job.
That's my job.
No, hey, for real though, please send your kid with a towel regardless. They may or may not get wet. We're trying to do dry games just in case we miss a lot of people on Sunday. Normally, that's opportunity for us to tell all the kids, hey, tomorrow you definitely will get dry or wet. Sundays are dry games. But please send them with a bag, towel, label all of their stuff. We don't need to collect all that stuff and just keep it. I kept a water bottle for 3 years, I felt like. So
we still have a huge lost and found here that no one ever hardly visits. So yeah, good stuff. We'll get to more procedural things here in just a minute. So guys, that's the super important stuff, is that we're kicking off tomorrow at 9:30. We need you to be here early. We need you to be here excited. Come dressed to the nines, ready to fight for Team Green, Team Blue, Team Red. Be ready to have a really, really good time. Service will be upbeat tomorrow. It'll be fun. It'll be an experience like you've never experienced before, likely. The church is going to be, the church is just going to look phenomenal. We actually have created, I don't want to give anything away. So I won't. I'm just going to say, be here tomorrow morning, okay? 9:30. And when we say tomorrow, everything kicks off at 9:30. For those of you who can't be here or going to another church, that's perfectly okay. You're not going to necessarily miss out on anything. We're not taking the kids outside and playing tomorrow. We are all going to kick off VBX together tomorrow, and I will preach the first message from our session, which will be why God made us. Our topic is made for more, and so we will start off with God made us for Him. We exist to glorify God is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Be a gospel message tomorrow. There'll be an invitation, response time given. We always do that, and so I hope that you'll make plans to be with us tomorrow. So as we continue to talk, y'all continue to ask questions if you have them. Once again, I cannot overemphasize communication, texts, emails, social media. Make sure you're on one of them at least, but all of them would be great, just in case. And listen, we're all like you. All right. I got 5 kids. How many you got?
I got
3, and you have 4. We get an abundance of information and communication from all of our teachers and all that kind of stuff too. But that's no excuse just to ignore it. Okay. And this is a reality I've had to face myself. Like, I get a huge amount of communication about my 5 kids. If I just say it's just too much, I'm going to ignore it. I'm failing in that way as a parent. Okay. We need you guys to plug in and kind of know what's going on. It will save you frustration, and it will save us frustration as well, kind of down the road there. Okay. So servant leaders there tomorrow night. Every servant leader is expected at every location by at least 5:30 every night. Okay. That's what we're asking from you guys. 5:30 every night. Okay. 5:30 every evening. Nursery workers are asked to be here at 5. Okay. And servant leaders, you're going to be here by 5:30, and you need to be prepared to stay until 9:30. Okay. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes we're out of here earlier than that, but 5:30 to 9:30 is the general time frame. So now we got some questions coming in. That's good. Will the kids be meeting 6 to 9 tomorrow also? Yes. So tomorrow is a double thing. Tomorrow at 9:30 is first session, and then at 6 o'clock is the second session. Okay. Are you doing live for the service in the morning? We will stream the service in the morning. I don't know that it'll be live. We've been doing the delay. We've been recording it and then posting it like an hour later or so, just because we don't want something crazy to happen in the service and it be live. So it will be recorded and it will be rebroadcast at some point in time tomorrow. We'll get that up just as soon as we can. But tomorrow 9:30 and tomorrow 6 p.m. Session 1's at 9:30. Session 2 is at 6. Okay.
How did you read that first top question?
Will the kids be meeting 6 to 9 tomorrow also?
Tomorrow afternoon, 6 time wise.
What now?
6 to 8:30. This place dismisses 6 to 9:30.
Right.
Is that
I think Asia is asking, are they meeting in the morning and at night? I think that's what she's asking.
Okay.
So we'll get to who's meeting when, but basically here at the church, if you have pre-K through first grade kids, they're going to be meeting from 6 to 8:30. Over at the park, if you have 2nd through 5th graders, they're meeting 6 to 9. But what I think that question is asking is, are we having a service tomorrow at 9:30 and tomorrow evening? The answer to that is yes. We will be having both of them.
It takes me a minute.
Yeah, no. And that's, we're trying to work this out. So yeah, throw out the questions. Throw out the questions if you have them. Okay. VBX Prep's going right now, y'all. We'd love to have you, even at this late hour. Hop over. We still got some things that we're trying to shore up and get finished. Vacation Bible Experience happens, of course, June 8th through the 12th. First service tomorrow at 9:30. Second service tomorrow at 6, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we're at 6. Thursday we're at 6 at the park with family nights. We are serving all kids in this area, pre-K through 12th grade. We have a special needs area that we would love for you guys to bring your kids and youth to if they do have some special needs that we need to address. Everybody here at the church is going to be pre-K through first grade. Again, that's 6 to 8:30, and then second grade. What did I say? Pre-K through 6th grade. Yeah. Pre-K through first grade is here at the church, 6 to 8:30. 2nd through 12th grade is all at the park over at East Jackson Park, and that will be 6 to 9. We try to stagger the end there just because there's a lot of people and a lot of things going on there at night. And we over at the park, we need a little bit extra time for transitions and things like that. Got a lot of people signed up right now. The nursery's only for servant leader kids. Okay. We love you. We love you, Nicholson. We love you, Jackson County, but we cannot babysit all the kids in Jackson County for the next 4 nights. So if you're serving with us, you're welcome to bring nursery age kids. That would be 0 to or newborn to kids who are 3 and not potty trained. But otherwise, we need them to be at least 3 years old and potty trained and going into pre-K to be eligible to attend.
Except for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow morning is a church service.
Yeah,
So again, we have a nursery. Parking restrictions I'm about to talk about don't apply tomorrow morning, but I am encouraging you to get here early tomorrow morning because the place will fill up and parking gets really hairy when we run out of the parking places that we do have. But y'all keep reminding me of stuff like that, please. Make sure you pre-register, guys. Again, the link's open right now. We will have, last year I think we had about 150 or so that registered during the week. It's not a problem on our part. It can be frustrating on your part because you're going to have to sit there in your car and register them so that they can check into our system. So we may ask you to just sit there and wait until you're registered to actually bring your kids.
So help us help you.
Help us help you, and go ahead and pre-register them so that when they come around, they're already in our system. That helps us a great deal. If you come to the church, once again, just procedural. You're going to pull into the red light at Dan's. You're going to take a left and come into the church. You're going to go circle the church counterclockwise, church on your left. You're going to drop your kids off over here on the railroad side at the church. And we need everybody to do it that way. If you come in from the back of the church, these roads are going to be closed. We're going to have them barricaded off. And so you're not going to be able to do that. Okay. You may think you can, and you may think we're not serious, but we're serious. Like, we're going to ask you guys to be super patient with us. Our parking and security team is going to do a great job, but they're also going to be unflexible in some ways. And I've asked them to do that. As also, that's me. If y'all get upset with something, it's not them, it's me. I've asked them to do certain things. We're not going to budge on certain things because, again, safety is one of our primary concerns beyond salvation. We want to make sure that we're safe, and it's unsafe for everybody to be doing whatever they want to in this parking lot. We're gonna make traffic flow in one direction so we don't have to guess where cars are coming from. Okay, and that'll be tomorrow morning too. By the way, we will make sure everybody's going the same direction, and these side streets will be closed off at some point tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock or so, whenever our parking security team gets here. So we're pretty adamant about those kind of things. Okay, when you drop your kids off beginning tomorrow night, though, you'll come around the church counterclockwise, keep the church on your left. Our parking and security guys will help you. We drop your kids off on the railroad side of the church. Okay. They'll come up. You're going to stay in your car. We're going to get your kids out. We're going to put bracelets on them, color-coded bracelets, send them to the right classes. We're going to feed them. We're going to worship with them. We're going to play games with them. We're going to have an awesome message every night. And that's kind of how the night will go. You want to say something?
Yeah. So Sunday morning, Sunday night, anytime during the week, please be patient with our parking guys. They have a plan. If they ask you to pull to the side or go park in a spot you don't normally park at, or please be patient with them. Yeah. Like he said, this is coming from us. We've asked these guys to do this so that we're organized, safe, and efficient.
Yeah. And if you're handicapped, we'll make accommodations for you, obviously. Even if you have some special concerns that you aren't really, not technically handicapped, but there's something, all you have to do is just communicate those with our servant leaders. I mean, I'm fairly certain we've had some people leave here because of our parking and security folks. But the bottom line is people don't say, hey, I've got this in need, or I have this. So you got to vocalize and verbalize whatever it is that you're dealing with, and we'll be happy to try to make accommodations for you. Okay. And then when back to the evenings, you'll come around and you'll get your kids in the same fashion. Come in at dance, come around the church, and we will bring them out to you, and we will put them in your car, and we will say, God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Okay. We really, really ask sincerely that everyone stays in their cars. There's really no reason why anyone should get out. If you do have a question or concern and you need to get with one of us, you need to park directly in the front of the church. We'll have some parking places right there, and just walk in and find, none of us will be here, but we will have some people who are here who can help answer your questions and help you out with that. So I have a question that you guys may or may not know the answer to. We may need to get Shannon in on this. Where do servant leaders check in who are serving here?
You'll check in at your location.
Yeah, so if you're serving at the park, you will park.
No, let's start here at the church.
So you'll check in at that registration table.
Yeah.
So they have to walk down here?
Yes.
To check in?
Yes.
Okay. So I thought one time we had a registration table set up right here.
We can't confirm that
for them. Okay.
Later.
I'm virtually certain that we've had a discussion about this, and there was a great desire for servant leaders to actually check in inside the building and not clog up the tents and the
I don't know
car rider line over here.
But you will check. Servant leaders will check in at the location they are serving at.
Yes.
So if you're serving at the park, do not check in at here at the church.
And servant leaders, we definitely need you guys to check in. Okay. What the check-in system is just so that if something happens, we can pull up a computer super quick within seconds and find out if you're on campus and where you are. Okay. So we need everybody to check in, servant leaders, kids, youth, everybody that's on the property. And I'll go ahead and say this. I might say it again a little bit later. If you're serving with us, you'll be given a wristband. You'll be given a lanyard. The wristbands are nylon wristbands. They'll last all week long. But again, this is something I've asked our servant leaders to do. You can blame me if this makes you upset. You will not be allowed on our property, in our premises, on the soccer field, at the amphitheater without one of those bracelets on. Okay. So don't lose your bracelet if you're a servant leader. If you've not signed up to serve with us and you're like, oh man, I thought I could come watch my kids, get in touch with us. We'll be happy to talk you through that. But that's just, we can't have the whole city of Nicholson, city of Commerce, Jackson County coming through and doing whatever they want to.
And that goes for any other church leadership or anything like that coming over trying to observe and stuff like that. We still like you to go through that same channel. We'll get with you guys and we'll get you where you need to be and let you see all the things.
We have some churches coming, and if your church would like to come and observe what we do, we're not doing everything the right way. There's no the right way. We understand that. But if you want to come and observe what we do and how we do it and sit down even at the end of the night, talk with us, we'd be absolutely thrilled to do that. But we do need you to go check in at those tables and tell the people there who you are, what church you're from. And it would really be helpful if you give us a little bit of notice so we can kind of prep those people that you're coming. We have a couple of church staffs coming. I know we would love for you guys, if you're serving with us and you're watching this and you're at a different church where you're a member or where you're a tender, that's awesome. We're glad you're going to hang out with us this week. But we would love to help you out in any way we can, and we'll be happy to sit down and let you ask us questions or whatever that looks like for you. Okay, so that's what's going on here at the church. Everybody else, if you're not pre-K through first grade, if your kids are not pre-K through first grade, everybody else will be up at the soccer field and the amphitheater. Okay, so Tina Adams says, I'll be checking in around 7:30. Where should I park? I'm a servant leader. I'll be helping with the cleanup every night. So Miss Tina, I don't know where you're going to be as far as either here at the church or over at the soccer fields. At the soccer field, servant leaders are going to park behind the amphitheater, which means you're going to come in, you're going to take a left behind the amphitheater. There's also going to be some other servant leader parking down there. Here at the church, servant leaders are going to have to find a place to park that's not in the church parking lots. And that would even be you guys coming in later to help with cleanup, because we still have to have these parking places open for traffic. Okay.
It would probably be best if she parks at the park and we'll give her a ride.
And then we can ride you over and then we can come and get you when that's done. But Tina, you can reach out to us if you have specific questions about that. Okay. Let us know if that didn't answer your question. So up at the park's a little bit easier just because it's bigger, right? So you're going to go to the park, just look it up on Google or Waze or whatever you use to get there. Go into Nicholson Park, go into East Jackson Park, take a left. As you go down through there, we will have people telling you exactly what to do and how to do it. There's really no mystery to that. You'll, again, drop your kids off at the soccer field. We'll check them in. We'll give them color-coded bracelets, everything they need. You won't get out. You'll just let them out, and then you'll leave, and you'll come back at 9 to pick them up, and you'll do the same thing to pick them up. So here at the church, again, the times are for pre-K through first, 6 to 8:30, and our kids will come out at 8:30, probably not before, maybe a hair after. Same thing at the park over there. We start at 6. When I say we start at 6, okay, let me clarify this.
You got it, Tina.
When I say we start at 6, whether it's here or at the church, I mean that we're hitting the first strum on the music at 6. That means you need to have your kids here like at 5:45, 5:30. Okay. Those lines are long too. And so if you don't want your kids to miss out on anything, then 6 o'clock is what time we begin. It's not what time we ask you to be here. So the earlier, the better. We will not let you in until after 5:30 because we can't, because that's what time we're asking servant leaders to be here. But between 5:30 and 6, 5:30 and really 5:50 or so, you should be trying to get your kids here and at the park. Okay.
Did you cover servant leaders check in there?
Servant leaders need to check in at the soccer field at the registration table.
At the youth tent.
Yes, at the youth tent.
Because they will not get a sticker.
All servant leaders need to check in every single night. Okay. And that's been a problem in the past. That's why we're emphasizing it. May have to cut bracelets off and get them a new one every night. That'll force them to go by that table. But just had a little power surge here. I hope nobody got electrocuted just then. But yeah, if you have any questions about 2nd through 12th grade, it's really super simple. But the core thing we want you to understand is, and I had somebody ask this specifically today, what time do I bring my middle schooler here? I'm like, ma'am, You're not bringing your middle schooler here. You're taking your middle schooler to East Jackson Park. That's why it concerns me that so few people have really interacted with us this year and watched these things, because it could be a mess for you guys. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're not aware that you have to take your middle school and high school kids over to the East Jackson Park, we understand that. But we're trying to help you be aware. Okay, so again, 6th grade through 12th grade is at the amphitheater. You will drop them off at the soccer field. 2nd through 5th grade is at the soccer field. Pre-K through 1st grade is here at the church.
Here's what we need to do. We got 52 people. I need you to share,
52.
and like, and all that stuff right now, so we can get everybody else joining this, whether they watch it later or not. You do your part. Send it.
This will live on YouTube. So if you
Send
go,
it.
and it's actually still on Facebook. Facebook will kick it off after 30 days, but you can go to our YouTube channel and you can see all of our live videos. So they're not going anywhere. You can see the one from this. I think we did one on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday this week, right? Starting Sunday, starting tomorrow, we'll do one every day, and we'll give you an update on what's going on, any changes, any tweaks, anything, point totals, things
like
of
a
that.
telemarket, like the whole thing.
We
We're not giving you information until we get 100 people.
They're with the lights again. I wonder what they're doing in there.
It's a storm coming.
Yeah. Storm. There's a storm.
To cool everything off for tomorrow.
Yeah. So general info: only adults serving will be allowed in the property, allowed in the buildings, allowed in the soccer field, allowed in the amphitheater. Please understand that. As Matt said, kids will probably get wet each night, at least a little bit, so make sure that they have towels. There's no need to bring a change of clothes. We don't have enough facility space for them to change clothes anyway. They will get soaking wet on what night? Wednesday and Thursday, right? So Wednesday night is our water night. And guys, when I say water night, we have 10 different things coming. They are the biggest water slides we could literally find, a few of them, of course, not all of them. And we have a huge foam pit coming. And that'll be Wednesday night as part of our regular scheduled programming. And then that will be Thursday night after our baptisms. We're just going to keep them here and let the kids just play on them freely all night Thursday night. So you're not going to want to miss Wednesday night, Thursday night. Wednesday night's water night. Thursday night's family night. We'll keep all the water slides, all the stuff, slip and slide kickball, foam pit, water balloons. They got water balloons down there. Like, we got all kind of stuff. Okay.
We ordered 7,000 water balloons.
Yeah, so we're going to be fully equipped to get wet. So bring towels and I'm not a big fan of Crocs and water shoes, because everything we do every night will be highly active as far as our games are concerned. So tomorrow night is big ball, I think.
Yes, for everybody.
So big ball are these balls. We call it big ball for a reason. They're like these 6 foot. Huge. I mean, they're 6 foot in diameter, and it's basically just body soccer. Okay, you don't want your kids in flip flops, sandals, Crocs trying to do that. They're going to get hurt. So I would say wear tennis shoes. Even on water night, if you got an old pair of tennis shoes, wear tennis shoes, because those slides can be a little. They can cut you with those rough edges and just uncomfortable.
Talking about the water slides, or
all the things, slip and slides.
So slip and slide is cool. I don't know that we can do that on. I think they have to take the shoes.
Yeah. They'll have to keep the shoes off to do
that.
Right.
I'm just clarifying, because I know there's somebody out there in the world, maybe like me.
So Lucy Crumley says, I have popsicles. That's awesome. We've been asking you guys for popsicles all week. I'm not sure how many we have now. Our goal was 10,000. I'm not sure how many we have, but we need popsicles. Right. We're going to need popsicles all night long. We have a walk-in freezer on a trailer down by our garage down here. Okay. If you can bring those tomorrow, we'll just stick those in our freezer. Okay. And thank you so much for doing that. Anybody else who can bring popsicles between now and Thursday would be phenomenal. Would be absolutely awesome. Okay. Servant leader parking at the park is behind the tennis courts, behind the amphitheater, beside the tennis courts. And we're going to have a hayride that can transition people from one location to another. I will say this, the hayride is only for servant leader kids. So what we don't do is, what we do is this. Let's say Samantha checks in here at the church and she's got her 4 kids with her. 2 of them need to go to the high school, or 2 of them need to go to the park, and 2 of them need to stay here. We'll put the 2 that need to go to a park on a hayride and take them up there. Okay. But we're only going to do that for servant leader kids. Okay. Because that hayride it's not just a fun hayride for the week. It's actually a way that we accomplish some things. Okay. So